Welcome to my channel. I'm the language lady. And I first want to apologize for being away for so long. It's been a very long time since I posted a last video. Life just got really busy, but my goal is to start uploading videos on a weekly basis. And what's really interesting is, although I have not been posting videos, I've been getting some questions from some of you who have been viewing some of the older videos. And one of the most recent questions that I did receive had to do with when instructing a class that has students who speak English and then students who are learning English as their second language or third language. Do you instruct them, both groups, simultaneously, or do you teach one group one thing and then support and teach the lesson a second time? And I think this is a great question because I know that this particular person who sent me the question was concerned about how well the English as a second language students were going to be being able to understand the instruction the first go round. So there's a lot in order to answer this question, but first of all, you teach them all at the same time, simultaneously. And what's really interesting is that all you need to change your mindset and think about all your students as being language learners. So regardless whether they have been in the country for a long time, or they're from this country, or they're new to the country, all students are learning language. So what I would suggest is the first thing you do is you do everything as you normally would do in a lesson. You start with your introduction, so going over the standard, the objective, and having a list of all the things that you want to cover for your students that day. Obviously, if you're teaching a lesson that involves second language learners, you want to make sure that everything that you're teaching or explaining is written not with a lot of complicated jargon or vocabulary words that will be over their head. So if your goal that day is to learn about adjectives or how to locate adjectives in a sentence, then say that. You don't have to use specialized language. And if this is a topic that if you're actually interested in me going deeper into that, I can make another video. But I just wanted to answer this question for this viewer and kind of give them an idea of how to set up this a lesson this way. But basically, it would start off with you going over your objective as you always do, and then going into the heart of your lesson. Now, whatever the lesson is, even if it's for students who are familiar with the language, you want to make it interactive as much as possible. Stop trying to think, oh my goodness, my English language learners, they're not going to understand what I'm saying or what I'm doing. Do not worry about that. Continue with the lesson as is, and making it as comprehensible as possible. If you can use physical activities, having graphics and so forth. It's when during the application part of the lesson where the students are working individually, individually, or if you're having them in small groups. If it's an individual assignment, that's where you can gather all your students who are learning English as a second language, and you can actually then provide them the support that they need. There's no need to reteach the lesson, have two different lessons going at the same time, unless you want to do a centers approach. But I just wanted to answer this question just real quick to the point. But like I said, if you have more questions, or if you want to get further into what I'm talking about, then by all means post your question below and I can get into that. But that's the gist. Just make sure that you do teach the lesson to all of them. It's when they're actually working on the assignment, then you can actually break them up into smaller groups And the kids who are independent can work independently. Those kids who need support, you can gather them. If there's a lot of them that need support, you can break them in half and have one group that works with a student in that group that is stronger in their English to provide support while you take a group, if you're a solo teacher. And that's pretty much it. It's a roundabout. Like I said, this is not a traditional video. I just wanted to answer that question because I thought maybe other viewers have that same question as well. But please comment and post below what are things that you want to see. I know some of you actually requested to actually see some of these things in action. So if that's something that you're interested in, please comment that below as well. I will try once school starts up again in August to try to do something like that for you all. Obviously it's going to take a while because I have to get in permissions from parents and so forth about allowing their child to be videotaped. But thanks again for your support. I'm amazed that I'm still getting subscribers even though I have not been subscribing for a while. It means so much to me, and please let me know if there's any other questions that you have or any things I can do to support you. Thank you so much and have a great day.